Today, President Trump is on day 4 of a 17-day New Jersey vacation at his own corporate golf resort. And in 200 days as president, get this, he has now spent 63 of them at Trump properties, 48 days at the golf courses. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee say an investigation is needed. Quote, in a new statement, the American people deserve to know how their tax dollars are spent, including the amount of federal funds that are being provided, essentially funneled to these private businesses owned by the president. And they list some examples. Pentagon renting space from Trump Tower, a $9,000 bill for Eric Trump's hotel promotion trip to Uruguay, another $15,000 taxpayer dollars spent on just 19 rooms at a Trump hotel in Canada, and then, of course, Mar-a-Lago, and reports that taxpayers footed a $3 million bill for visits there. I'm joined by Richard Painter, former White House ethics lawyer for Bush 43. When you look at this letter and this call for an investigation and those figures, do you see something that is unseemly, that is potentially a waste of taxpayer dollars, or do you see something, sir, that is actually unconstitutional?
Well, I see clearly a waste of taxpayer dollars in supporting the security operations, not just for the president, but for family members who are engaged in Trump family businesses. You know, that should not happen. That's not what taxpayers pay their taxes for, to support the Trump organization's business enterprise. Unconstitutional? Probably not, but there are serious constitutional issues because if foreign government money is coming into the Trump organization, and we know that it is through the hotel rooms and the hotel ballrooms and the financing for Trump properties,
so
and Trump
I just want to be
that's
clear,
constitutionally
Richard.
Impermissible.
Right, and so let's get to that because you're raising such another important point. But I want to be clear. I mean, you are known as something of a critic of the Trump administration, although I know you see it obviously as a Republican from a nonpartisan place. But you are saying that what is going on with money coming from the taxpayers of the United States and into Trump corporations itself, that flow is probably not unconstitutional, but you're pointing to, and we'll put it up on the screen, a part of the Constitution about bribery that you say could be the money that would come from foreign governments into those same Trump properties, the emolument, office, title, or any kind, whatever, from any king, prince, or foreign state. That's the kind of thing he can't accept. Explain what you mean by that part 2.
Well, that clause is there to prevent anything that could even come close to bribery. It doesn't have to actually be criminal bribery to violate the Emoluments Clause. No person holding a position of trust with the United States government can make profits off dealings with foreign governments or entities controlled by foreign governments, such as foreign banks controlled by foreign governments or sovereign wealth funds. And there are large loans to the Trump organization from the Bank of China, I believe, and there may very well be others from foreign governments. We just don't know. The president won't disclose those facts, and he gets very nervous when another Bob Mueller gets anywhere near the financing operations of the Trump organization, even though Bob Mueller is just looking at Russia. We need to know that, what's going on there, because the founders contemplated this problem and made it very, very clear that people holding positions of trust in the United States government cannot be making profits off dealings with foreign governments. Clearly unconstitutional. And back to the taxpayer, waste of taxpayer money, not unconstitutional. But I am a partisan Republican, and I think it's going to destroy the Republican Party to have this type of waste of taxpayer money. We pay the taxes. We're tired of high taxes, and we're not paying taxes to support the Trump family. That's not appropriate.
When he says this is a working vacation, do you think he means doing work as president or working on behalf of promoting the Trump organization?
Well, I think he's probably mostly promoting the Trump organization, but I think he needs a vacation. He definitely needs a vacation from Twitter, and he doesn't appear to be taking enough of a vacation from Twitter. He needs to calm down and think about what the priorities are here for this administration and focus on policy. Not on the Russia investigation. There's a ray of hope here, and that his lawyers have reached out to Bob Mueller, maybe in a conciliatory tone. Maybe we can get back to a situation where the president is focusing on policy, Bob Mueller does his job, and the White House does what we did in the Bush administration, which is to say no comment on investigations.
We're out of time, but you just said something so interesting. I got to ask you, in the earlier part of the show, we were talking about the fact that the president does have a history of what some have viewed as inappropriate contacts with law enforcement. You're saying there might be something positive in the Mueller story today? What do you mean?
Well, if his lawyers are reaching out to Mueller and, you know, trying to at least be somewhat conciliatory to Bob Mueller. I don't know what the details are there, but if the president's legal team wants to try and tamp things down a bit, and I hope they can encourage their client to stop talking about the investigation. That's what every other criminal defense lawyer says to their client. Don't talk about it.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.